This is Alexia Bolin with ColaDaily, and I am here with the Operations Manager of Resoil Compost, Sam Wooten. Thank you so much for bringing us here today.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about your partnership with USC, but before we do so, you're going to talk to us about the process of composting. And so before we even get started, the first step is, these huge piles behind us. So tell us about these huge piles. Where do they come from, and what are they?
Sure. So where we're standing right now is where we receive all of our feedstock. Our feedstock comprises of food waste that is brought to us from local schools and businesses, farms, food production. Behind us right now is a pile of coffee chaff and bone meal and soybean residue. Over to our right is where we receive all of our food waste. That's liquid material that should be mixed with the dry material to create like a special ratio. From there, we move it into the windrow process after we build the batches.
So before the compost goes into the screener, first, it's this. What is this?
So this is cured compost. So after it goes through the windrow process, where it's actively cooking, it needs to cool off because it gets to temperatures up to 160, 170 degrees for quite some time while it's composting. So we need it to cool off before we run it through the screener. Here it's built into shorter, wider piles, which allows the compost to cool off and return to about an ambient ambient temperature, 90 to 100 degrees.
So after the compost is done curing, then it comes to the screener, which is what's behind us. Tell us what happens at the screener.
So at the screener, the wheel loader operator is going to scoop up finished or cured compost and put it into the machine like he's doing now. Inside of the machine is a 10 millimeter screen, and it spins the compost around. It sorts it out where the screened 10 millimeter product comes out one side, and then the overs, the larger material, comes out the other side. The overs get put back into our process. They have active microbes, and it kind of jump starts the new stuff. So this is our finished product. This is compost, what you use to fertilize your garden, your yards, and plant trees with. People can buy it by the bag, and we deliver it in bulk.
And for example, with the project that you're doing with USC, this is an example of what happens after, students and anyone in the community recycles their food and other kinds of compost. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. So your food that you throw in the compost bin that ends up here actually turns into a nutrient-rich product that can return to the native soils of South Carolina.